Good morning, starshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa!
Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with
Breathe air.
There's no second best, okay?
GM. So, trade of the day, I want to look at data across the market. And specifically, we can see some movement in BTC with a nice bounce yesterday. We can also see, hide all of this, put on total 3. Compare. Looking pretty similar. If you look at BTC, divided by total 3, just to make it easier. You can see it after an initial pop where BTC was outperforming total 3. It's starting to reverse the other way, meaning altcoins are starting to attract a bit of flows again. This is sort of a semi-Bitcoin dominance type of chart. And it's mostly seems to be meme coin led at the moment. So I'll be looking at global open interest, funding rate, and global funding rate. I'll take a look at these few charts. So there's Bitcoin. Here's altcoins. And here's the open interest. And then let's zoom it in. So what have we seen? We've seen throughout this period here, low funding rate relatively. Altcoins got a bit, overextended there in that rally. They have dropped back since. Total 3 dropped back over here. In fact, I should look at total 3 excluding stable coins just to keep it accurate. Not that it makes a massive difference, but throughout the week with the war stuff, we saw a 17% drop in total 3, and we saw a bigger drop in open interest, I believe. Yeah, 26% drop off in open interest. So good, decent. Funding rate came back down to neutral. BTC obviously stayed relatively flat, following pretty much what the chart's doing. Oh, again, funding rates on Bitcoin have remained around neutral. And then since the lows, have we seen much in the way of increase or people repositioning? Altcoin OI is up about 8% off those lows. If we look at the total 3 rally off the lows here, from the very bottom it's up 7%. So yeah, people are going to reallocate. I would expect that this rally, if you're looking at total 3 just, and hide the indicators, look at this move. Let's go to a 4 hour. I would say that alts are probably going to rally back towards around this area and then probably come back for a retest of some description and then go again later on. It might not get that retest, we may not, but I would guess that, look, what was happening last week? Last week, a lot of hype, everyone getting allocated into memes and alts. What happened? We topped out, war stuff, flushed down, those early positions got took out, back into support, back into a previous area to make a higher low. So I think it'll rally up as people reallocate again, thinking, oh, got took out here, need to get back in, then it might come back down one more time. I don't think there's a new leg lower coming yet. It's not impossible. I would suspect that there's some kind of retest to come. And so there's really 2 ways I would see this moving. One would be a stronger rally, which drops into like a higher low, right? And second would be the rally up here, it goes back straight down for a retest of the lows before any kind of sustained move higher. So those would be the 2 paths I'd be watching for on alts. I guess this one should be red path because it's the slightly more bearish path in the near term. We have a move up and move all the way back down to retest, or we get a stronger rally and we see it come back into a retest, higher low. So those are the paths I'm looking at. In the black path scenario, you're probably going to see more FOMO continuation rallies on alts, and they keep going and going and going, and it feels like shit. And do I need to allocate again? Am I behind? Do I have to add leverage? Blah blah blah. Remember, don't FOMO. Stick to your plans. Stick to your systems. Stick to your processes. If you're looking at some of the leading previous leaders like Pepe, get your 4-hour trends on and view them. I mean, I had that on actually. Anyway, fuck it. And view them like this. So Pepe is defending his 4-hour trend. Came all the way to 200, bouncing back inside it. Go to your lower time frame. The 1 hour is bearish. That needs to flip back to bullish. The 15-minute needs to cross first. So the 15-minute has just crossed. So the 15-minute in Pepe has just got back to 50, 100, 200. The next up's the 1 hour. It's going to take a bit more time for the reaccumulation than some of the others that have had stronger reactions off their previous levels. Look at WIF. Similar, except slightly stronger. Right, WIF's 4-hour trend, it came back down just to the 100. The 1 hour crossed briefly to bearish, but seems to be already trending back towards bullish. The 15-minute has fully crossed back to bullish and is getting a little bit, not overextended, but I would say another push on that, and you're into resistance, and it probably has come back for some kind of consolidation, maybe a higher low, and hold and hold and hold. And if you're looking at that with the 1 hour, that'll allow the 1 hour bands to cross. If you look at that on the 4 hour, that would allow it to come back and maybe test the 50 and hold the 50. So I'd be watching how these charts move over the next few days. Many of these are in sort of this V reversal territory, which I think can lead them to new highs. Right, deep dips. That's the dip people were waiting on. Anyone who loaded up, that could be it. We might just be a time to go. Right. You have to understand, like, these are really good setups on most of these charts, and they're probably going to run quite aggressively in the near term and shut people out on rallies, and then have corrective pullbacks. You know, once it goes to a place where people think it can't, like WIF could go to $3 and like, holy shit, have I completely missed it? And then another pullback. You know, how that would look is like this. If it doesn't just stop, it just runs and runs and runs and then back into a higher low. Right, that would be like your alternative path, where you see it like that. This rally, this dip produces just a straight move through, takes out the highs, then drops back, and you see these kind of progressive higher highs, higher lows. Main thing to watch for is have your setups, have your trend setups, have your systems ready for whatever positions you're looking at, whatever coins you're tracking. I think data-wise, we're not overbought here. We've had a nice shakeout this week. I think that that's plenty for now. I think there's no reason why these coins can't make new highs and why Bitcoin can't get back above 65. Until it does, of course, Bitcoin's still more in the choppy zone. But breaking 65 for BTC, I think, is when 70 comes quite quickly at this point, because we spent a lot of time down here, a lot of retesting, a lot of position building. And if that does remain as a higher low, I would say you're probably going to see it move quickly through 70 when it does get above there. And that's probably when you see more of a chop before another continuation. That's like the straight up path. If it rejects around that area, you're going to see more chop, or it maybe spend some time sideways here before then moving. So those are some paths I've got on my radar. EMA trends, we'll deep dive them today on Weekend Workshop. Meme coins look good. Seems to be where the capital is flowing and the attention is going. That will continue until people get over allocated again. Then you'll see pullbacks. Patience, as always, and stick with your higher time frame trends. If stuff starts to run hard on low time frames, don't get FOMO. Remember, check your levels. If it leaves behind inefficiencies, be patient. It will come back. It will retest. Higher lows is what you want to look for. And be ready to buy those dips if you are bullish. GM.